guys, welcome back to Crowd Music. We're here at Macmillan Fest, Mark 500. How you feeling, man?
Good. How you doing?
Good, thanks. Getting in early, obviously. Normally I ask at this point, because doing interviews like halfway through the day, you know, you seen anybody yet? But like, it's been like 2 bands.
Literally just came straight here.
You're looking forward to seeing anyone though?
I am, yeah. It's always a great festival for us. There's always loads of great bands, but this year's particularly good. Of course, excited to see Black Peaks.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be amazing. I think it's the 3rd time that we would have been on the same bill as them. Our friends in Palm Reader, Haggard Cat, that'd be special as well, and the cartographer.
Yeah, you have played like this festival quite a few times. Yeah, local obviously.
This is the 3rd time we played it, and we're playing the Bristol one as well in a few months with the Vola and Monuments. Yeah. So it's always a great festival, and I'm just looking forward to playing our show, wrapping up, and then just watching the rest of the bands. Yeah,
sounds sick, man. Yeah, we managed to capture a lot of Tech Fest earlier this year. It's
good.
Absolutely like killer performance.
Thanks.
But how's it for you guys? Obviously, is it your first time there?
No, second time we've done Tech Fest. Yeah, again, it's one of those festivals we really love. Just such a great feel around the place, and every band is sick. I mean, there's not a single band at Tech Fest that I don't enjoy watching.
I know, even if you don't even go having heard them, you go around enjoying what you hear.
Definitely. Yeah, and there were a few bands there on the same label as us. And it was just good to see them catch up with the guys, and it's the first time we've had that many guys from the label in the same festival.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to get more about our long run records as well, because 2018 has definitely been a busy year for you guys, and I'm assuming obviously 12 months prior to that, obviously recording the album, obviously.
That's right.
And in talks with the label, I just want to talk about long run records, how that signing actually came about for you guys,
Yeah, it was a weird one. I mean, I've been a fan of the label for a long time. Agent Fresco are one of my favourite bands. I've been listening to them for the last 3 or 4 years, and they're pretty much constantly in my car. I'm always listening to their music. So then when Long Branch approached us,
was it an immediate guys, we're going to go for this?
Well, there was a few labels on the table, so we had to take a business view about it, not just all my favourite bands are on there, let's sign up to those guys, But they are one of the most active labels out there at the moment. You can see that they sign a band every 2-3 weeks.
I know, and I remember I'm noticing recently as well, they're going new signing announcement incoming at 2 o'clock, and I'm like, again now, is this the same post?
Yeah, they've got a pretty aggressive budget, and I think they've got a bit of cash to sign bands on. It's good to see that in the modern age, because there's not a lot of money in music these days, and it's hard for bands to break into a label and break onto the scene. So it's great to see a label that's actually investing in the scene and actually taking bands on and developing them.
Yeah. Obviously, talk about might have all this cash and all that. Were you guys quite skeptical with signing with them, or just signing with the label in general?
I think it's different these days. Back in the day, I'm showing my age now. When I was growing up, if you were to be signed to a label, then you could pretty much quit your day job.
Yeah, you basically made it.
You made it. You quit your day job and you can just be a full-time musician. Awesome. Which is what everyone wants to do. These days, the reality is people don't buy as many records.
No.
So there's not as much money in music, certainly not in metal. Being on a label, it just gives you better contacts, more credibility. It gives you leverage in terms of you can then speak to other promoters, other tour managers, and all of a sudden it makes it a lot easier to grease the wheel, and to get on a nice tour with another bands, and to get your music on the shelves in the shops, to get it heard on the radio, to get it on TV. It just makes things a lot easier. So that's the benefit from there, but they're not going to make you rich overnight, that's for sure.
One thing I kind of like about Long Branch specifically is because they're quite they're Europe based obviously, and when they're signing, when you go around seeing that they're signing UK bands guys like yourself and that, it's good to see they're going to get quite a major push. Well, hopefully for you guys as well, over in mainland Europe.
Definitely, yeah.
So won't be long. You say you guys are heading over there.
True, yeah. I mean, our last tour in Europe was last year. We did Ukraine, Baltic states, a few dates in Russia. That was pretty special. But yeah, we want to do it again. It's been a year since we did that one. We're heading over to Germany for Eurobrass Festival in a month, and we're hoping to get a few more dates around about that time. So yeah, a European tour is definitely one of the things high on our list.
Definitely. And now I want to talk about the record as well now, because it hasn't even been out for that long now.
True, yeah, it's only been out for a couple of weeks.
Have you had time to sort of reflect now that your baby's out in the open?
Not really, no. No, it was a nice moment when it finally came out. We had the album launch show at Rough Trade.
Yeah, I was about to, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. And we only had about 4 or 5 days to promote it. So it was pretty pleasing that it sold out. So
Especially with hometown turf, obviously.
yes,
like,
definitely.
Like minutes away from like where we are right now. So
That's true. Yeah, and I literally live on the next street, it's like next to us, so you couldn't be more local. But yeah, it's everything's happening so fast at the moment. Festivals and tours and TV stuff and radio, and we're just so busy at the moment. It's hard to pause and take stock of what's happened. I think in a few months when things die down a little bit, and then we start writing for the new album. We've actually started writing already, but that's another story. But when we actually lock ourselves away and start writing proper for the album, I think that's the point where we'll be able to look back and reflect on how it's gone.
Yeah, how long were you guys like sitting on these songs then? Because obviously you had was it the Winters EP, was it? Yeah, like prior to that.
Yeah, 2015 was the Winters, and the Veil was 2017. And this album, actually, we've had it in the can, as they say, for about a year. We booked ourselves into the studio without having written a single song, just to force ourselves to write.
Would this have been like prior to like the signing as well? Like
Yeah. We recorded and mixed, mastered the album right before signing. So once they heard the album, they wanted to take us on.
And also like working with Justin as well.
Yeah.
Like that must have been like so sick for you guys.
Yeah,
like,
he was a personal hero of mine growing up. When I heard the sixth album, was it 2001, 2002 when it came out?
Yeah.
I heard it and just thought, this changes everything. This is just.
And like playing with him with like Tech Fest early in the year as well. Like, come on, man. Like. So
like going to the studio and meeting him and working with him for a month was a bit of a. At first, it was a bit of a fanboy moment, but he's an absolute genius, and he's the nicest guy in the world. It's impossible not to like him.
Yeah.
And he just put everyone at ease and just got the best out of everyone, especially when it came to recording the vocals, because obviously he's a vocalist. So he really worked hard with John and really got the best out of him. And I think John couldn't talk for about 2 or 3 days afterwards because he absolutely ripped his throat to shreds because he was so intense in the studio with him. But yeah, you can hear it on the album. It's the best thing we've ever done, and that's partly down to Justin really pushing us.
Did you guys approach him then when like going about looking for someone to actually do the record?
Yeah, we just got in touch with his people, and he came back to us straight away and said, "Yeah, I like the stuff. I want to work with you," which was proud moment. It's the second time actually that we've recorded with him.
Yeah.
We recorded the first 2 EPs with him as well. I think we've got to know him pretty well now. Now we consider him a friend as well as someone we work with. So I think it's safe to say we'll probably record with him for the next album.
I was about to say it's definitely on the table there.
Definitely.
But thanks for sitting down with us.
Thank you for your time.
Man. Now's your chance to plug shit.
Right. So we're playing at 5 o'clock at Macmillan Fest. And the next show we're playing is at Euroblast in Cologne. So if you're in the area, come down.
Nice one. Be sure to like, subscribe, check out the rest of the coverage from this year's Macmillan Fest. Cheers.